Fundamentally, it's mission critical in terms of the quality of patient care and ensuring good patient outcomes. We know, and there's very strong evidence, that a good and positive culture mean that you have better outcomes and better services for patients. And part of what we're doing, I think, in Values in Action is making sure we attend to the culture, that we have a positive culture where we can ensure that we have that environment and create that environment for staff and patients.
This colleague just had this very warm-hearted approach, asking me, how are you? I'm so-and-so, nice to meet you. Really like when you're the new child on the playground and you need someone who gives you a hand, and she really made me want to go to work.
I think I'm very fortunate in the team that I'm working in that I can see lots of examples of the behaviours being used in different ways across the team. One colleague in particular, that idea of doing the extra kind thing, you can see how that's actually given the team a little bit more of a sense of togetherness, I think.
It's just thinking about, am I putting myself in somebody else's shoes? Can I ask somebody if they need help with something? Just being able to listen, just being open. So I think for me it's just about thinking, what can I do today when I go in, even if by the end of the week I've just done one positive thing in relation to the 9 behaviours. I think that's a start, and it just spreads it with the rest of the staff, the rest of the team.
So I think where people shine with Values in Action and walk the walk, you can feel it in their voice when they're talking to you. And I feel I try to walk that walk, and even trying to get the time for Values in Action when there's a lot of business demands on us. But when you actually go to an event like this, you feel it happening again, and it kind of reinvigorates your interest.
Unhappy staff, doesn't matter what you're doing, you're not going to stay in the role that you're doing, and they're going to leave and go elsewhere. So I think if you have a happy workforce and that kind of positive culture, absolutely it's going to help maintain that, and that's only good from a service provision perspective, especially within the HSE, that you're retaining that knowledge, that hard work and all that training, that that's all there and going to be retained is a huge impact of Values and Actions and a good positive culture.
By naming the values, by naming the behaviours, we've that opportunity to actually build the culture that we want to work in. And that for me is the piece that brings the positivity of Values in Action. I think it aligns with my personal values, and it gives me the opportunity to share that, to build on it, to build the excitement, to multiply the movement across the whole of CH East and beyond.
I've very recently started, so I'm only 2 months in, but one person does come to mind because she took the time to give me a call every week. I didn't know her or anything like that, and she just would pick up the phone each week and see how I'm getting on.
If each and every person is mindful and aware of their own behavior and the impact, so it is going to provide a culture and atmosphere where everybody, either service users, people working in the service, everyone will be empowered, there will be a positive atmosphere.
When I first joined Clonskeagh, I was really nervous. The staff had been extremely supportive, and I was not expecting that on my day one, and they were so welcoming, and I really appreciated the way each of them were so kind to me. They made sure that I was okay. They always came back and asked, "Renu, are you okay?" And that really made me feel so nice to come to work every morning.
I have a number of colleagues that I've leaned on over the last 2 years in particular, but since 2019 when I first heard about Values in Action. And I think their little touches, the fact that they go that extra step for me, they go the extra step for their own colleagues, for the team members they work with, and that then has an impact directly on the service users.